So the Komarna, the Pashas Vaera. And v'yadatem ki Hashem Elokeichem ha'motzi eschem mitachas eretz Mitzrayim. Know that I am Hashem, your God, who takes you out of the suffering of Mitzrayim. Right? So the Komarna, of course, it's in Zohar, and the Komarna says, when you have a difficulty, when you have pain, you have hardship, that's your Mitzrayim. You're in Katnish, you're in Hatzorah, you feel far, you feel diminished, you just can't focus, you can't get things happening the way they're supposed to happen. So what do? So the mitzvah is, know that I am Hashem who takes you out of Mitzrayim. Hashem is right there with you, He takes you right out of Mitzrayim. Right? You were in the 49th level of impurity. Hastara. The furthest place, la'achayish, you felt completely, desperate. You felt despair. Nevertheless, Hashem was right there with you in every motion, every instant, every second. Hashem's there with us. Hashem's right there. Every hastara, every pain, every occlusion, Hashem is right there. Said when you really know this, you're able to sweeten the judgments the way they're supposed to be sweetened. You reveal Hashem's godliness with tremendous chasadim. It's very important. Things didn't go the way you planned, things aren't working out. Hashem is right there with us. And the more we're able to focus on that, the more things work out just the way they're supposed to work out. Everything is the way it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously there's always the emunah that God is with you no matter what. So, what do you, like, if a person's going through a hard time, what's the nafka? He's believing more now?
The more he focuses on it, the more he reveals chesed. The more I'm able to really feel it, and I'm working, it's an avodah, and it goes better and worse as always, of course, but the more I really feel it, the more I'm able to reveal the chesed of Hashem. That's the Komarna, what he's saying here. And he's saying that's the right.
Very interesting concept.
He said through the din, through the difficulty and the searching for Hashem in the difficulty, like Ray Nachman really says, also the same idea by being able to. He doesn't say searching. He says by revealing Hashem, by accepting the din, revealing Hashem in that. That's a tremendous revelation of awe.
What should make
fight,
you accept
and it takes a person out of the difficulty. The pain.
What should make you accept it then? That my Hashem is getting tikunim?
That's one thing, one possibility. That's exactly the way it's supposed to. The way Hashem wants it. It could be through being renewal, just saying I'm starting again. Whatever. There are a lot of different ways of using this in that manner. He said the Baal Shem Tov says the Golus of Mitzrayim was that they had no das. Okay. Right. So we were just speaking about these different inyanim, and we're going to speak about them again. He said das. Baal Shem Tov means das. Again, we have these 6 major aspects that we're talking about now, right? And then you get to Malchus. So 6th aspect is Chesed, Gvura, Tiferet, and Tzachod Yesod. So again, very quickly, right? We'll do it a little differently this time again. No, we'll do it the same way. Chesed is the capacity for kindness. Gvura is capacity for limits. Tiferet, as you could say, is the aspect of emes. Alright? Truth, using truth the right way. Netzachod, again, this aspect of want to win through. Right? And have the right aitzes, advice, the strategies, workable strategies that you can get where you're supposed to go. Hod is this aspect of praise, using praise properly, praising Hashem, and admitting when you're making mistakes, so you can change direction and figure out how to do a proper direction change. And this aspect is called Yisod, and of itself, which is the foundation of everything, knowing that what I do counts and makes a difference. So all these aspects, you have to have das in all these beginnas. Someone asks me about, and this comes up very often, and we spoke a little bit about it, we touched a little bit about what's called tikun habris. Right, so the tikun habris doesn't mean not looking, we're not supposed to look, doesn't mean, what does it mean? So this aspect of called tikun, again, this aspect of the common connection to Hashem is das. That's really what it is. We have das. We know it's dati. The middle aspects are das, tiferet, yisod, and then malchus too. So das and tiferet, yisod, they're one bechina. This aspect is called shalom, where a person has a shleimus, has a completion. It means I'm working on this place of I have an uplifted feeling in all these elements, in all these aspects. That's really what Yisod is. Yisod is, first of all, again, on the simplest level, foundation means I know what I do counts. The minute you know what you do counts, you're going to be very careful, especially with this koach. Because it counts, it makes a difference. It makes a difference. The minute I see it makes a difference. So I'll be careful. But it's more than that. A person, you want to be the aspect of when you have real yesod. This is not really on your mind. The person who's in the place is like, did I look? Yes, really, I didn't. I shouldn't. All these things. The person in that place, he's prone to like kind of stumble because he hasn't transcended. I always say from Rav Wolbe, right? Rav Wolbe used to quote the Gra. The Gra says, right? Right? Torah is good with derech eretz because Torah, both of them, makes a person forget Vaera. The Gra says you are supposed to forget Averas. You're just too busy. You're just like, you know what I mean? You know, it's famous. The Kotzker, the Cheshurim, he said, I want you to be so busy, you don't have time to even think. But the Gra is saying a different kind of, a deeper idea, which is that to really win, very often, when you have these temptations, you have to just like transcend it. Just like it's like not in my radar and finished. That's how you're going to really make it happen the way it's supposed to happen. And that happens. A person enjoys, connects to the Gemara, to connect to the Torah, to whatever it is, and he's able to go with it. As Hashem.
What do you mean transcend? Like to strap on?
You know what I mean? I mean. Here, it's hard. Every person finds their own way. Best Hashem. But Lamaisa, what I mean is that when you're there, you're not worrying about, oh no, what about, I didn't see this. You have like a mahalach and you're not, that's not where you are. I don't know, did I see, like Rav Nosson says in the letters to his son, he said, the worry about this sort of thing, that's for sure. He said, it's worse than the thing, because it brings to much, much more things. It's like a person fell, whatever. You don't worry about it, you can't think about it. We'll see, B'ez Hashem, maybe we'll talk about mikveh soon. We'll see mikveh. We'll see what the mikveh is and how the B'ez Hashem. Maybe we'll talk a little bit more. So he said, you're working on the das keni Hashem. He said the answer is you have to know that Hashem is God. You have to feel in every limb the sweetness of the light of Hashem. Emunah and yediyah, that there's no place without Him. There's no reality without Him. Hashem, every movement, you're with Hashem. The more you can live with that, it's a big, big tenet of Chassidus. The more I can live with it, the more I'm going to be. And it's not just Chassidus, it's really, just avodah Hashem. You just want to remember Hashem. Because Hashem is full of it, the Ramchal is full of it. You can't, it's not only it's Chassidus and not, it's pretty much everything. Like there's nobody arguing on it. It's in the Zohar, it's all over the place. Wherever you go, you're supposed to remember Hashem. So when a person is in a diminished place, he can't really feel anything. So it's very difficult. He said, you have to have this bechina of das. I need to have das. Das, he says, Moshe Rabbeinu. Basically, you have to work as hard as you can when you're in a diminished state to remember that Hashem is there with you. So that's going to happen when Mashiach finally comes. Then we'll know. We'll see. So, but again, it's the more I'm able to get to this place of remembering Hashem and remembering that every movement is with Hashem, especially when things are good. Rav Nosson and the Cheshurim also bring this idea. It's also other places this idea. But when things are going well, I have to work as hard as I can to internalize all these ideas. And we speak about them, we learn about them, and slowly but surely things sink in. B'siyata d'shmaya. Which is this concept of Ani Hashem. Like the Beri Kol Olamim, he's here. Takes us out of Mitzrayim. Everything's exactly the way it's supposed to be. So sometimes I'm able to reveal Him only when things are difficult. When I have a difficulty, I'm crying out to Hashem, and I'm trying, and I'm working. It's like sometimes the only way you can reveal it is when things are hard. Sometimes it's easier. Sometimes it's easier, depending where I'm holding. It's one of the reasons why we try to learn a little bit deeper things. It makes it a little bit easier, but it's we have to be Zohar, B'ez Hashem. So I'll quickly say a story for the Peshischa. He was once in Germany. I don't know exactly what he was up to there, but he always made a tish Friday night. He had a place to be, and these German Jews would come and make fun of him, basically. And I don't think they were really keeping Torah, these guys, at that point.
That's sacred vach, right?
I don't know exactly what they did, but they would make fun. Like he was tired to make fun. So his son was there with him. He's like, Tati, why are you saying Torah to these apikosim? Like, what's the point? So Sechaburim said, usually when the Torah comes to me, it's very hard for me not to say it. So you'll put your hand on my leg. It'll remind me that they're, I shouldn't be speaking. These guys are just making fun. So came the time to, like usually he was giving his tish, whatever, I guess it was Leil Shabbos, whatever it was, and I'm still going to put a B'shizka turned to his son before he was able to, the same guy today as always. He said, they're not apikoros. You can't call this guy apikoros. He said, because if they have a hard time, they'll turn to Hashem. He said, okay, they're not doing anything now, but like, the apikoros is someone who's like anti. He's not anti. He doesn't know better. Nebuch, he's not Zohar, but like he's not mamish. He's not mamish. He'll never daven. It could be with anyway davening, turning to Hashem. They don't know better. It's shaykh to be apikoros. So like, we have to try our best to expand our horizons. I don't want to be the person who, whenever things don't work out for me, then I'm like, okay, at least I want to say, okay, now Hashem, help me. I'm having a hard time. I don't know what to do about this. I have no answer. Please help me out, right? At least that. But I want to move it forward a little bit more also, and talk to Hashem and turn to Hashem and try to remember He's with me every second. And that's part of the Bechina, that's his bonus of just turning to Hashem, saying, Hashem, please help me. I want to remember you. I want to be connected to you. That's the union. And the das, very, very much is as the idea of das and having real understanding. That's a great deal of the of taking habris and bechlal, leaving Mitzrayim. We want to be zoch to leave Mitzrayim. We want to remember that Hashem, every movement, Hashem is right there with us.